Okay, and we are back with some more round one action. Yo, Romusia rocking the the recent rather, the newest ship, the Karkass. I'm about to learn myself, see what the Karkass is all about. He's gonna be going against CarnCarnem. CarnCarnem, pretty strong player. Has seen a couple of top 3 finishes in some of the Beyond the Void events. You notice how I even mentioned what he's going in, because it's the ship you've been seeing the entire day. Good old Excalibur. Seeing how much we can get done in the early game. Yo, what is this nice skill over here? That's Frida. Frida has some new effects, and I really haven't seen anybody using Frida. It's pretty good zone control. Just takes up a wide amount of space over the lane, like the no-fly zone. He's doing okay. I say doing okay, but realistically, like, Romusia has not been able to keep Karn from poking away at the tower, as you see. War Tower 1 has a little bit of hull damage. Shield's getting replenished, so it's not the end of the world just yet. But the chip is looking pretty strong coming the way of Karn as he gets a little more damage onto the hull. It's poking away with the Fire Spear. Fire Spear has been so strong throughout the entire game. It's fast, such a long line, decent amount of damage to boot. It's a pretty good look for a skill pick. Trying to see if he can take a pot shot over there, Romusia, but we've had people playing far too long to catch somebody asleep at the wheel like that. Getting marked up twice, but still has a shield, so no real problem just yet. You see Romusia trying to get a turn out there, trying to see how long he can delay what I want to call the inevitable, because he can't get any push off of his tower. Like, I see that Karn has a turn down here of his own, but his war tower hasn't been touched at this. We've been playing purely in front of the red war tower. Frida again can't get the shield down of Karn. He's still sitting on 187 shield, full hull as well. But I know Romusia isn't too worried about it, because as soon as he can get in and find a big ult if he needs it, the barbed wire, I believe it's called, barbed leash, excuse me, he's going to be able to repair any hull damage that he does. Well, it's kind of like leeching damage. He gets damage, or he gets HP on his hull based off of how much damage he does, so he has a lot more EHP. Uses it well, and there it goes, just basically one-shots Karn, combos him down, and yo, my bad for running my mouth, but there was not much to be said. Karn was sitting at a pretty decent amount of health, had his full hull and some shield, and yeah, here we go over to Vadaka 2. Jeez. And with such a short cooldown on barbed leash, yeah, Karn doesn't want to challenge that at all. He's like, I'll take the 1-1. Give me my planet to go, please. I'll just play you in the lane. Doesn't want to try to stand in the face of Romusia just yet. Even though Romu's lost quite a good amount of health trying to get in and get some free shots on the War Tower 1 before Karn can come back and have a response. Here we are playing neutral one more time in the middle lane. But it's just, with the distance that you can get from Ice Spirit, that's a lot of space that Karn can get, but that space that he's not really getting given as he gets pushed back by the barbed leash. 40 seconds to work with, but he doesn't have the Sword of Justice on his own, so he's going to have to do this on the back of Excalibur's own power, trying to see if he can find another poke. He's got another Frida, doesn't get the Fire Spear. Yeah, you see Romusia just slowly creeping in, ending Karn's life, picking the prey out of the trap. But yeah, you might want to leave, because guess who's back? I say that, but Barb Leash is off cooldown again, so if Romusia can find another huge squadron to sit in, that's the hole that's going to be coming back. And Romusia has more hull, or just about more hull, than Karn has in his entire HP pool. So all Romu really needs is to find a good Barbed Leash, and we're going to be equalized in effective HP. As I'm assuming all of his bonus points are going into that hole. It just makes so much sense. Okay, he's got to get in there and find another Barbed Leash, sitting on 455 HP, and it's slowly dwindling down as he's getting chipped time and time, having to throw up the ice shield just to stay alive. And yeah, I don't know if you want to run that game. Just go ahead, pack it up, take it back to the mother planet. Yep. Get everything lined up, get your ducks in a row, and try to go in yet again. On the other end of the spectrum, or I guess in the center end of the spectrum, that's going to be Karn taking the first tower and going to go back and get himself situated before he resumes his plan of Ambrosian game. Looking like he wants to go for another planet, see if he can go up 2-1. Romusia in the middle lane. Guess Romu's going to try to equalize the towers. That's what I'm thinking. With that, going to go ahead and give Karn a free planet. It's going to leave him 2-1. I say 2-1. I keep forgetting the mother planet's my fault. So it's more correct for me to say 3-2. We've got this turn as Karn getting some space, getting away from the Barbed Leash. So this is going to be kind of a hard fight for Romusia. I say that, but Roma still has quite a beefy ship, over 200 whole HP, and replenishing shields as well, as long as he doesn't take any fire. So I guess he's the bigger beast in this. And the question of Karn is, how is he going to be able to unearth this behemoth that's just planted in the lane, taking a couple of pokes with the fire shield, but still 5 seconds left for the Barbed Leash is back again, and that's a lot of HP that can be taken off of those blue ships. And you can't really stop the fighters from going in, so anytime Romusia wants to get that HP back, it's just at the push of a button. But he's got to get away from the poke. By the fire spear that's up again, taking some more life off, leaving Romusia with 647. And Romu's just going to have to clear as much as possible and hold on to the space, and probably can't find a way to get Barbed Leash. This might be the answer right here, but getting back down by the fire spear one more time, trying to find the ice shield, and there it is. Barbed Leash on call, but can't withstand the gunfire of all of the ships. So that shows just how much strength Karn has behind him, being able to withstand the Barbed Leash and still fell the giant. Can go to the backside. Yo, he's going to the neutrals. Going for the nooch, okay. And I mean, he has the resource advantage at this point, still working with 3 planets to 2. So he's perfectly fine to see if he can push the tempo in other areas, taking some resources off the map that can't just be repossessed at will. So I'm liking this choice. A different strategy that I don't see too often. I'm gonna go back to the planet. Meanwhile, Romusia just content to staying in this lane. Hasn't left ever since getting the second planet. And yeah, I think this is going to be the call to arms right here, as Karn is going to try to see if he can put a dent in the Ambrosian bank, taking both of the planets. And yeah, that lit a spark under Romusia and finally got him to come out of his nest of a lane. Sad that he can't protect the rings, but hopefully he can protect the planet. Looking to get a Barbed Leash. And this is going to be kind of hard for him, because even though he has a Barbed Leash, he doesn't have an entire fleet to feast off of. So not only does he have to make it count, he's going to have to withstand everything that Karn throws at him, and Karn is okay with that. He got the rings, got a little bit of damage, got Romusia out of the lane, and going to go over here for the artifacts. Going to get a little more, I say girth, but it's really firepower. claiming that for himself, so he has 2 of the 3 neutral resources. Romusia trying to take a page out of the CarnCarnem playbook. Gonna opt to see if he can take the Daka 4, or at least see how much damage he can get done. Gets a ring, gets 2 of the turrets. Yes, that leash is armed and ready to go. And yeah, that's a big Karkass right there. Full shield. It's only 400 shield. I'll say that like a whole lot, but 3,000 freaking whole HP. Like, jeez. My shields are down. Now for the real challenge. He's got half. That's a good start. Trying to poke again. As Karn is getting slowed by the Frida, diving a little too close, using the fire shield as he gets caught by the Frida, but his shield is almost down himself. Poking with the fire spear again, and that's going to be enough to make Romusia scurry back to his home planet. 4 tower 3. 4 tower 3. Okay. I guess that's one of the benefits of the Karkass. Like, I mean, you don't have a really big shield. In fact, you're not really too concerned about your shield. You're more worried about your hull. But you don't really need to go back to your base so long as you can find chips to leech off of with your barbed release. And it's just a question of, do you have it ready for a fight? And you might have to come fight a fight before he's suited for it, because the Daka 2 is under assault. 2 rings down, no turns left, and 1 control point before it goes the way of CarnCarnem. And there's going to be no response from Romusia, as that leaves Karn with 4 planets to 1. Going back to the resources, going back to the neutrals, neutral resources. Let me fix myself and make myself sound like I know what I'm talking about. But I do know that Karn has just been able to bounce around the entire map at will. And the only time he's really been contested is anytime he sat in the lane, squared off against Romusia, or the one time he went for Romusia's planet. But since then, Romu's just, he's not been mobile at all. He's been trying to get a big push, but I don't think he really understands that without the planet, he's just gonna be outmanned at every altercation in the lane. So at some point in time, he needed to leave, but now he's kind of pinned into this lane, and is just trying to stop a leak that's never going to be contained, never going to be patched up, really. Not unless Karn just oversteps his bound and makes mistakes. But as you see, Karn, he's not falling for it. He's just going to wring him dry from distance. Again, just ping-ponging to all the neutral camps. Taking everything for free, everything unchecked, everything uncontested. And finally, Romusia's got the right idea. And this is where the next big fight is going to be, I believe, is when Romusia is constantly trying to take planets. And here we go. CarnCarnem coming to action, seeing a half hull Romusia, but half hull is still 500 HP. That's the second ring off. Roma just doesn't want the planet. Not yet, at least. Let's see if he can poke away at Karn first. Got him over here, so now let me go ahead and heal up one more time. And that's what it's going to take. We saw it in the first game. Going to have to take a lot of vigilance going back and forth between the positions to find a hole in the defenses. But all the while keeping a balance with the lane game, as Karn cutting off the supply lines one more time, stopping the fleet before they can make it over to Romusia. Still looking pretty fresh, hasn't been touched in this fight just yet. Full hold is caught. Off the mark with the fire spear. A little bit of an engagement, holding on to the spacing. See how much he can chip. Top with another slow, and that's the slow that matters. Hull damage coming out from the barbed release, but can he hold on? He does. Finds a couple of auto attacks from the backside and is able to fell Romusia again and get away before any retaliation is met. Yeah, misses. As big as the Karkass is, it's not big enough to soak up all of the fire that went onto the third war tower. And the only thing that's left standing between Karn and the second round of matches is a home planet. But even then, Karn is not too hasty. You see him sticking to his gun, sticking to his game plan, still gonna strangle the game away from Romusia. Back at the neutrals one more time. And he knows he gets these for free. It would be pretty wild for Romusia to try to come over here and take one of the neutrals. Instead, going for the only real play that's left on the table and going for a planet. What's on this one? Good choice that there's no kind of defenses other than a couple of rings. Gets the first point, capture point at the cost of a couple of shields. Turret trying to get put onto the second one just to buy a little time. That's already gone. Still sitting on 3,000 hull. Karn opting to go in the back door instead. Knows that he doesn't need that planet. Looking to take another planet away from Romusia. And with the rings already down, that's going to be the end of the game. This round 1 match in Ambro Cup 5 getting taken by CarnCarnem in 16 minutes. Good luck. With that, gonna kick you back to a couple more tunes as we get everything situated. Think we might have one more round 1 match before we get into our second series. Be right back.